High on the isolated Arctic cliffs, a perilous new life begins to stir. A fragile newcomer emerges into a harsh and unforgiving world. To survive, these newborns must face a dizzying drop of hundreds of feet. To survive, the newborn chicks must face an impossible leap of faith. Plunging hundreds of feet, the tiny gosling is completely at the mercy of gravity. Every impact is a brutal test of the chick's fragile body. For those who survive the fall, an even greater danger waits at the bottom.
Nature is uncompromising. Not every explorer completes this terrifying leap.
But for the survivors, the rich coastal plains offer sanctuary and a chance to grow. Every moment of peace on the tundra is spent gathering crucial strength. A sudden signal triggers the flock. It is time to leave the shore behind. Ahead lies a journey of thousands of miles across the unforgiving frozen sea. Driven by an ancient instinct, she returns to the safety of the high Arctic cliffs. Every feather is meticulously placed to insulate her future brood from the bitter cold. Space on the cliffs is limited, and territory must be defended with fierce aggression.
On these isolated cliffs, survival demands constant vigilance against unseen dangers.
Every action is calculated to shield the fragile life developing beneath her. Day one of a grueling month-long vigil begins in the biting Arctic wind.
Beneath her feathers lies the future of the flock, requiring constant warmth and absolute devotion. As freezing temperatures linger, she must lock out the cold with her own body. Together, they face the vast, unpredictable wilderness, scanning the horizon for any sign of danger.
By the second day, a second egg joins the nest, requiring absolute dedication. While she maintains the vital warmth, her partner remains vigilant against the elements. By day 6, a bitter freeze sets in, testing the limits of her endurance. By the 6th day of incubation, the clutch is complete with 5 precious eggs. An intruder nears, prompting a sharp, ringing warning across the basalt cliffs. With her mate standing guard nearby, she settles back down to keep the clutch safe and warm. As winter tightens its grip, the mother must endure freezing gales to keep her clutch warm.
By day 10, constant adjustments are vital to ensure even development for the fragile life within.
But they are not alone. High above the cliffs, opportunistic predators are watching. A predatory seagull marks its target, testing the mother's resolve. In the swirling Arctic mist, danger can appear from any direction. High above the Arctic valley, the stakes could not be any higher. By day 15, constant care is vital for the survival of the clutch. Her dedication is absolute, an unyielding shield against the harsh elements. High on the isolated ledges, life demands constant vigilance and tireless care. For weeks, she must endure the biting cold and isolation of the high cliffs. But out here, danger can appear from any direction at any moment. By day 20, the mother's dedication remains unwavering as she guards her precious clutch. As chilling gales batter the peak, shielding the nest becomes a matter of survival. A vigilant partner keeps watch nearby, providing a vital line of defense against hidden dangers. High above the freezing Arctic waters, the cliffs provide a precarious sanctuary. By day 25, her meticulous care ensures each egg receives equal warmth. Together, the pair endures the biting gales, never leaving the clutch unprotected. For nearly a month, the parents have guarded this nest against the relentless elements. Now, on the 35th day, a breakthrough. A fragile new life begins, high above the safety of the valley below.
Within hours, the nest is filled with new life, completely exposed to the harsh Arctic winds.
Though fragile and tiny, an instinct for survival already burns within.
On day 40, the time has come to face the sheer drop to the ocean below.
The time has come for the young chicks to leave the only safety they have ever known. Shrouded in a dense Arctic fog, they approach the absolute brink of the precipice. Below them lies a drop of over 400 feet, down to the rocky coast. Driven by instinct, the tiny gosling takes a terrifying leap into the empty air. It strikes the jagged edges of the mountain, a brutal test of survival. For those who do not survive the fall, the tundra's predators are waiting. Against all odds, the surviving family unites on the fertile ground below. 50 days into their journey, the sea presents a fierce new frontier. By day 55, the march across the tundra brings them closer to the migratory path. Every step across the tundra brings the fragile family closer to safer feeding grounds. For the young gosling, finding nourishment is an urgent necessity for growth. 60 days into their lives, the flock gathers in numbers, finding temporary safety in the crowd.
Every step across the exposed shoreline brings new dangers for the growing family.
A brief pause to drink provides necessary strength for the long trek ahead.
Safety lies in numbers, as the flock searches for food along the water's edge.
Every small step closer to the water prepares them for the massive journey ahead.
By day 70, the rapidly growing chick is almost ready to leave the shore behind.
Now floating on the open sea, the ocean becomes their true home.
By day 110, the young goslings are strong enough to forage constantly. Every step is a calculated effort to stay close and stay safe.
Even a brief pause to drink requires absolute vigilance from the mother.
Every sound and movement in this vast world demands the young gosling's absolute attention.
Instinct drives the young juvenile to test its strength, preparing for the ultimate challenge of flight.
Before it can face the open sea, it must master the coordination of a running liftoff. As days pass on the tundra, the ocean becomes an undeniable calling.
Every instinct prepares them for the transition to adulthood.
By day 125, they are nearly ready to take their place in the flock. As the weeks pass along the coastal cliffs, foraging becomes a full-time necessity. The soft down of youth is rapidly giving way to strong, weatherproof adult feathers. By day 130, the gathered flock prepares for the ultimate test. At 130 days old, the flock rises as one to begin their epic journey. Flying low against the wind, they navigate the vast and treacherous coastal plains. Ahead lies the open sea, an arduous journey across thousands of miles.
Skimming just feet above the tundra, the flock maintains a steady, energy-saving glide.
On day 140, the travelers touch down on lush pastures to rebilly their depleted strength. Every moment of peace is vital, fueling the arduous journey that lie ahead.
Every moment on the ground is a careful calculation between feeding and staying alive.
Fueling up is essential before the next grueling leg of their migration begins.
Now on day 145, the flock rises once more, pushing forward across the open wilderness.
Higher into the heavy sky, the flock pushes through the blinding mist. Dropping low, they skim the frigid waves to escape the buffering winds. Below them, the ocean turns to ice, a stark reminder of the frozen north. The safety of the nesting grounds draws closer with every mile flown. At last, the arduous crossing gives way to welcoming shores. The dangerous migration is complete. The family has survived.
Having survived the perilous crossing, the sanctuary of the coastal pastures offers a moment of relief.
Here, they can finally replenish their energy on the nutrient-rich northern grasses.
Together on solid ground, the bond remains unbroken, and the cycle of life continues.
Safe on the coastal plains, the flock takes time to reinforce vital family bonds.
Abundant autumn pastures offer the perfect nourishment needed to replenish their energy.
Together, the flock rests in perfect formation, prepared for whatever lies ahead.
Under a clear sky, hundreds of geese gather across the vast wintering grounds. Abundant grasslands provide the crucial nourishment needed after their long, grueling journey. In perfect alignment, the flock navigates the invisible highways of the sky. Below them lies a perilous frontier, where one wrong headwind means disaster. Together, they endure the tireless journey toward their winter feeding grounds. With strength in numbers, the flock tightens its formation against the biting Arctic winds. A brief pause on the rocky coast offers a moment to gather energy for the open sea ahead. Skimming the frozen waves, they push forward on the most treacherous leg of their journey.
Reaching the shore safely, the flock communicates through resounding calls to re-establish social bounds. Every moment on land is an opportunity to replenish vital energy reserves.
In the sheltered waters of the fjord, they find a rare moment of tranquility.
Resting briefly among other flocks, vigilance remains their greatest defense against unseen dangers.
And with the coast clear, a brief window opens to gather vital energy.
Every blade of grass provides sustenance for the long migration ahead.
Every moment on the ground is spent building the vital energy reserves needed for what lies ahead. In numbers there is safety, but survival demands constant vigilance from the flock. A continuous chorus of vocalizations binds the group together, coordinating their collective movements. In the safety of the collective flock, every movement becomes perfectly synchronized.